Yeah, I actually watched an episode last night.
Yeah.
The most recent one. But
Which is
I
random.
I haven't watched so random. I haven't watched since the first couple. And so proud of y'all, seriously.
Oh my God, Kat.
I loved it. I watched another one.
Oh my God,
I'm shocked.
No, that's really sweet.
I might have to binge if that's okay with you.
Yeah, that's completely fine.
Okay, thank you.
If you want.
Hey, Brooke.
Hi, Connor.
Are you ready to MAP?
I'm ready to pee.
Ignorance is bliss. I'm living in a world of my own, and it's awesome.
Oh, I thought I was responsible for 9/11 when I was 5
Where were you?
in Pennsylvania. Touch grass, might I suggest.
We're just going to dive right in today.
I was going to ask, do you guys cuss on here? Okay.
Yeah, freely.
Obsessed with that.
Yeah, so sometimes I'm just like disoriented when like I'm not calling responding, but I have you and you're
It's going to be fine.
the love of my life, which leads me to introducing you
Okay.
right now. Which
Yeah.
I always forget to do.
Yeah.
Guys, this is one of my closest friends that I'm sure you know, Kat Wellington.
No, I'm sure not.
Yes,
but
I'm sure everybody's super excited and they had
Right.
a feeling you were coming just due to wanting you here.
And me kind of moving
And you
here
kind of
as
moving
well.
here as well as, you
I'm
know.
so excited to be here. This is amazing.
I'm so happy to have you.
and
like,
I'm so
freaking
proud
out.
of you and this beautiful
I'm
podcast.
actually so proud of you.
It's crazy how far we've come, how far you've come.
It is when you think about it, because Kat was the first person that I met ever in my life from the internet.
Internet space.
From the internet space.
Yeah.
I had never had internet friends before TikTok
No, God, no.
in my life.
Were your parents were also like, what the hell is going on? When you were like, I'm going to fly to California kind of with this girl that I just met to see this boy that we just kind of met or haven't met.
I think they were like shocked to their core.
Right.
Just because like I never once went out of my way to speak to someone or meet someone.
Right.
So flying across the country to do so with someone that I also didn't know, I think came as a shock.
And it came as a shock to me as well. I'm so glad that we did it together though, because I couldn't have gone on my own.
Never in a million years. And also like I would never do it again. And looking back, I don't know how I did it. So I think it was like truly divine intervention.
I agree.
So that I would meet you and Connor and like shape the rest of my life, because that's not something I would ever do or I will ever do again.
Yeah. So I drove from Baltimore to Philly to Brooke's old apartment, and we met for the first time
on the street.
And Brooke got so offended that I was like, "You are gorge."
No, that's not. I didn't get it. First of all, I did not get offended.
You were like, "Did you think I was gonna be ugly?" And
no,
I was like,
you said you're skinnier than I thought you were.
No, I did not. I did not say that.
You did.
Oh no, I said you're tinier.
Oh.
Brooke, you are a head.
I was not offended at all.
You are a head
I was
shorter than me.
Yeah. You think
you
I don't know that?
You're drop dead
You
gorgeous.
think you're not drop dead gorgeous for 1 second?
I literally have never had a friend in my life that like, I'm 5'4". My whole head can sit on yours comfortably.
I know.
And
that's where
I want it all the time.
No, that's where I would want your head to be, specifically your head.
Yeah. And then, so we got in your bed together.
That
it was
like
late at night.
Yeah, we just had a sleepover.
Mm-hmm. I remember
pillow talk immediately.
Immediate pillow talk.
Yeah.
And we went TikTok live, which we would never do now.
No.
I mean, I do individually, but I don't think you would ever do.
I only like TikTok live if I'm in like a very dark place, which is like probably not the time you want to be live.
That's when I always went live, if you remember, during COVID.
Yeah.
Very dark. Very dark. And I wouldn't even remember. So the reason that I started on TikTok, I was wine drunk in my parents' basement. I shouldn't have been posting like digital fucking footprint. It should not be on the internet, what I was posting. And please don't go back and watch. But I would go live and I would not remember it. That's bad.
Yeah, it is. And it's an interesting piece of the puzzle for sure, because I did the same thing. And that's like, if I'm at my lowest, you can either find me live on TikTok or journaling.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
See, I don't have the journaling part so much now.
Like those are both two things that I would say you should do in like a normal. I guess journaling is a good thing to do if you're feeling bad. But like I only journal if I'm feeling bad. So it's like if you open my journal, it's just like you would think
Right.
that I am like have the worst.
I won't open your journal.
No, and you could if you wanted to. I don't keep anything.
Okay,
from you.
great. How did you get from journaling to, like, when I've tried to journal, it's always that, like, I'm thinking someone's gonna read it, and like I'm writing to perform, and I'm writing like that it's gonna like somehow get out there and be a serious piece. Like, how did you get past that, or do you not experience that?
I am writing like very aware, and like the first sentence will always be like, I know that I sound like a 13-year-old girl, because like I don't know how you journal without sounding like you're 13.
I think that's maybe the point of journaling, though, is to sound like you're 13.
Right, and I do kind of write it like a young adult novel.
Yeah, kind of like a Harry Potter fanfic situation.
Or more so like a John Green novel. Like, I'm like super, it's like I'm super self-aware. Like, yes, I sound like I'm 13, but I know that.
Right.
And I'm writing it.
You think I'm crazy? I get that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it will. John Green, I'm sure, would love to read it.
I know he would. I will say that the only time in my life that I journaled like consistently and not just when I was in a bad place is that time period of like when I met you and I met Connor and like TikTok was happening, but I could not go back and read that if you paid me $1,006,000,000. Because I'm terrified of what I was saying.
Yeah, but I think sometimes it's like you don't need to read it. Not that I've ever journaled, but my advice is you don't need to read it back.
Yeah.
It was just good to get it on paper. No, that's not true. I did journal one time after my really bad breakup, and it really helped to put it on paper.
Telling me about that.
I posted a video about it. I put that shit on paper, and I was like, I'm unstoppable. Literally, like 24 hours later, I was in shambles again, but it felt really good at the time.
Sometimes it's a really good Band-Aid.
Yeah.
Just to like throw it up on the paper.
Have you guys talked about that original? I'm sure you have, that original trip on the podcast, like you guys meeting and stuff?
Yes, but it like doesn't come out ever the way that like I would want it to, because it feels very much like I can't explain it, like you have to be there thing. And that's like the worst kind of thing to talk about on a podcast.
Yeah.
Because we keep just saying, oh, you had to be there.
You literally did have to be there. And I'm so sorry that they weren't, you know?
Yeah,
I feel god awful.
Kat, I feel fucking terrible and sick about it.
Yeah.
But like there's nothing really to say except for we just really hit it off.
Yeah. Well, I think alcohol helped a lot. But we were just maybe I don't even know if I was funny, but maybe just because we were laughing so much.
I think so.
I don't feel like I've been that funny since that trip.
I agree.
Probably.
I like never drank. I really didn't drink.
I know.
I didn't drink in college.
Yeah.
Because it made me sickly, and I was so scared of being sick, especially away from home. That's like my least favorite feeling, is being sick.
Away from
and not being like in my own bed, and I never felt like college was my own bed, so I never felt safe enough to be sickly. But for whatever reason, when I met you and Connor,
you felt safe enough in that bunk,
and I was completely away from home. I felt completely safe enough to feel sick, but I never did because I was with you guys,
and also because we didn't stop drinking.
I think that could have been it too.
Yeah like that definitely helped. It was really, really fun. And you had to be there. I'm so sorry.
And then ever since, we've just been, what would you say? If you could find one word to describe it.
Oh, soulmates.
Yeah. I think so too.
You believe in soulmates, Brooke? Because you're mine.
Oh, Kat. Yeah. I believe I think there are lots of soulmates, and I know that you're one of mine.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
No, it did I remember feeling with you guys like, by the way, to my friends at home, so funny. Love them to death.
Oh, yeah.
But I remember being like, this is like, we just bounced off each other like crazy.
No, yeah. I remember feeling like I've never done like a 4-day long stand-up routine with anyone else.
Yes. And we're also constantly, specifically Connor, we're all trying to one-up each other. He's trying to like two-up us. And he does it well.
He does.
You know?
He does it with poise and with grace.
Yeah. So it was just like nonstop. And I remember we talked in a way that like a language that didn't make any sense.
Right.
And we would go live and people were like, what are you saying?
Because I feel like you have a very specific way you talk.
Yeah, and so
I
you,
have
and then
a very specific way I talk, and then the fusion is like really scary.
It's scary because it doesn't even, you can't understand it anymore.
No,
and we just adopt each other.
Yeah, like I'm doing it now. Like every time I leave from being with you, I'm talking like really kind of like Slow.
Not to mention, I left the trip talking like you because I spent every waking moment with you. And then I'm getting canceled in my comments for like taking your comedy style. Like everyone was like, you're just trying to be Lady Efron. And I was like,
getting the same
I
thing.
can't stop. I can't. No. It's not even that I'm trying. I just physically, and I'm not capable of stopping.
No, and that was a fusion language.
Yeah.
Real, if you will.
Literally.
Because it was you as well. The cadence. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just maybe had some words to contribute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now we all live in LA, which is fun.
Well, okay, so after that trip, I was like, well, I'll move to LA.
Of course.
That's fine.
Yeah.
And then Connor was already living.
He was living a nomadic lifestyle.
In Southern California.
Yeah.
So it was easy for him. But you made like a smart decision to like work.
I don't know. I don't know if it was smart. I just didn't have
it was responsible.
Right. I didn't have the following or like I shouldn't have been quitting my job. No. I had like 150,000 followers. It's like,
no, you didn't.
Girl,
also, you
work
had
your job.
Like a
stay
fan
home.
base that is so dedicated to you. I've learned it's not about how many followers you have. It's just like how
many brand deals you have.
No, of course not. It's just like how engaged.
Yeah. No, they've been loyal. They're
so loyal because they're obsessed with you. So am I. Yeah. Hey guys, we want to take a break to thank a sponsor of today's episode, Honey Love. Ladies, summer is the worst time to suffer with an uncomfortable bra. Thankfully, Honey Love has revolutionized the bra game. Upgrade from traditional bras that use uncomfortable underwire and bulky fabrics that trap heat and tap into Honey Love's supportive bonding that eliminates the need for underwire without sacrificing lift. Wow, that's awesome. Plus, they're made with fabric that's so soft it feels like a second skin. You'll feel and see the difference. Listen, girls, I've tried a bunch of shapewear options and they've been super uncomfortable until I tried Honey Love. Not only is it super comfortable, but their shapewear also gives me a boost of confidence whenever I'm wearing it. Honey Love's bestseller, crossover bra, is so comfortable, it's sure to be your new go-to. This bra gives all the support of traditional bras without using any underwires. Plus, the mesh detailing adds a touch of sexy. This is one bra you'll actually enjoy wearing and won't want to take off. If you're more into a relaxed fit, I would recommend their V-bra. It offers the support of a traditional bra without the uncomfortable underwire. It's designed to lift and separate with molded cups and is not a shelf-like bra that creates a uniboob effect. Hate a uniboob. And guess what? It actually does not stop there. Honey Love has more than just bras. They also have incredibly comfortable shapewear, tanks, and leggings for everyday support. I have some of the shapewear. It actually is incredible. Honey Love has you covered for the everyday look, workouts, weddings, and more. Honeys, you need this in your life. You've earned it. Treat yourself to the best shapewear on the market and save 20% off at honeylove.com/BANDC. Use our exclusive link to get 20% off honeylove.com/BNC. That's honeylove.com/BNC for 20% off your order. Cinched, snatched, and lifted. It's hot girl season thanks to Honey Love.
Yeah, no, I waited. I remember actually right after that trip, which was like super spooky, like a couple of days after I got home, I started working my full-time job because I graduated college that year. And it was a sales and marketing job, sales and marketing associate. Sounds like kind of cool. I'm obsessed with it.
Fun and
yeah. And I like majored in marketing and I was like, oh my God, this is great. It was the only job I could get. I was a leasing agent, fully. Do you remember me texting you guys and I was like, I am selling apartments?
Yes.
Yeah.
And is that what you had thought that you were going to do when you accepted the job?
It was like she did say on the interview, it's more sales than marketing. And I was like completely fine because I can't get another job to save the life of me.
Kat.
For the life of me. No, it was COVID. Like I genuinely, I had to get a job. And yeah. And then I was just selling apartments in Baltimore, like downtown Baltimore, touring apartments all day long.
While posting TikToks
While posting
as well.
in the building as well. And I'm sure they loved that.
Yeah. Did they know?
Yeah, they knew. And my boss, I love her. My coworkers, they all knew. They thought it was like, I was like the youngest one there. They thought it was like cute. They didn't really care, which was nice. And then, yeah. I mean, I didn't obviously post any like personal information, just the couple of things, like my experience with thinking that the floor to ceiling windows were floor to ceiling. Like I posted stuff like that.
Yeah. And then when you visited, for one of the first times Matt King was like talking about this girl on TikTok that was like thought it was floor to ceilings, and you were like, "That's me."
He fully quoted my TikTok.
He fully quoted it, and he was like, "No, it's not. It's this girl on TikTok." And Kat was like, "Yes, I
hate to be the one to tell you."
And he's like, "No, it's this girl that's on TikTok."
Exactly right. Exactly right. Yeah, I never had someone quote a video to me like just in conversation that was my own. So that was an interesting like new experience.
Yeah. I heard someone talking like us, which I guess is just like not just like speaking in like English, like in anthropology yesterday, and they were just like, "Well, respectfully," and I was like, "Oh my god, like, do you know I'm right here? Like, should I introduce myself?"
Yeah,
like,
she's a huge fan.
And then I was like, I guess like maybe she's just like speaking English and like not necessarily.
It's a word in the kind of
so you never know.
But that is one we couldn't stop saying respectfully. And still to this day,
all due respect,
with all due respect,
full
transparently, yeah. And I still use all of those. Just I try not to use it 3 times a sentence, which is kind of how we were operating.
If you go back to that time, we should pull up that one like Connor did an ad or something or a TikTok.
I have so many videos.
And the way he was speaking, like looking back on it, it was like that's like scary.
I'm
like
shocked.
that's like
it got approval.
I know, that's like frightening that we spoke in that manner.
But people like, this is going to sound like your anthropology story. People started talking like that a lot right after that trip. And it probably had nothing to do with us. I know. But we took full credit.
Of course.
Yeah. Which is kind of how.
We had no choice, though.
We had no choice. Yeah. So you moved to LA immediately. And Brooke was like, come with me. And I was like, I can't. I have to stay in Baltimore for 2.5 more years.
2.5 more years. Out of respect for your city, which is sweet.
Yeah, exactly. I love Baltimore. Everyone, when I say like I would visit LA, I would stay with Brooke and I would talk to people and I'd be like, oh yeah, they'd be like, where are you from? I'm like, I live in Baltimore. And they're like, why? And I'm like, because it's beautiful.
It's beautiful.
Literally stunning. You visited? What did you think?
I was obsessed because I was thinking of Hairspray.
Yes, we couldn't stop singing Hairspray.
So I was obsessed with it.
That was I didn't stop singing Hairspray for 2.5 years.
Yeah, I really liked it.
It's cute. It was like it's the kind of city I lived within walking distance in my neighborhood of all my best friends. Yeah, which
you really lived like out of the show, capital F.
Right. I'd never heard or seen due to it not being a show.
Sure.
It was a good friends moment. Like, because these have been my friends for my entire life, and I went to school in Mississippi, so it was cool to have kind of a full circle after college. Like, we all went to different colleges, then came back and lived within walking distance. So I don't regret it at all, but I never really thought I would stay in Maryland. So then I was like, okay, I will move to San Diego. I love San Diego, one of my favorite places. And then once me and my ex-boyfriend broke up, I texted you guys and I was like, ooh, we broke up. It's awful. And you guys were really nice and you were like, you could come here. And I was like, that was the first time, because I like LA. I just never seen myself really here necessarily, but I love California. I've always wanted to move to California. Actually, my like 10-year-old self, when I went to LA, I did like the studio tours. I was like, I am moving here. So then after that, you guys kind of put that in my head, which was really nice. And then
Kat, we have been telling you that since you were born.
I know, but it was like I had to do it very much on my own terms. And then it felt good to know that I would have a couple people rather than like if I moved to San Diego by myself, I would have no one. Right. So that's why I'm here.
Do you see yourself here now that you're here?
Just because I'm here, I see it. I really see it. No, it's weird. It's like I go back and forth. It's been like a week and a half now for context. Kind of resting your nose right there.
Sorry.
No, that's
sorry. I'm exhausted.
Oh my God. Please take a nap. Please.
Oh God, Kat, no.
No, we'll take a nap after for sure. Yeah. No, it's like I have moments where I'm like, why am I here? Yeah. This is so dramatic. Why did it's so embarrassing to move to LA. And I'm like, I'm so far from my friends and family. I'm sitting in my empty apartment, like on the floor. Like, what am I doing? And then after that, I have once I take myself out of that, then I get going and I go do something and I like walk to the beach, or I'll like I'm going on friend dates and real dates. And then I'm like, this is great. So for the most part, in my week and a half, I've had a lot of fun and I feel like it's going to be really good, but it's definitely, there's scary times as well.
Hey guys, we want to take a break to thank a sponsor for today's episode, Truly Hard Seltzer. Today's show has been pretty fantastic. Like, just a little bit. Some might even say lightly fantastic. Kind of like our favorite drink in the game these days, Truly Hard Seltzer. As summer is starting to wind down, I've been trying to make the most of the sunshine, and nothing beats hanging with your friends by the pool and cracking open a cold Truly to really set the vibes. Truly is made with a hint of real fruit juice for a whole lot of refreshment and a whole lot of fun. At just 100 calories and 1 gram of sugar, it's super light and endlessly drinkable. Plus, there's a flavor for every occasion. I've been loving the limited time offer packs, especially the citrus one because it has some of my favorite flavors like lime and grapefruit. They are just so refreshing and it tastes like real fruit, not anything artificial. I am loving Truly's refreshing flavors, and it's definitely my go-to daytime drink of the summer. Try Truly Hard Seltzer today and see what the lightly fantastic life is all about. Please drink responsibly. I am like astounded but not surprised at how like quickly and well you've settled in.
It's like
I couldn't eat for the first 3 weeks that I moved here, by the way. Lost about 6 pounds.
Right.
Due to just like panic, dehydration,
I'm having
fear.
that. Like, I'll go home and cry, you know, but I have to, if I get into that, then it's that for a longer duration.
Yeah, but it's just like insane that you don't let yourself stay there. You're really strong.
Thank you so much for saying that.
Admire you so much.
My strength.
Your strength, especially because you're going on friend dates and date dates.
Yeah, and don't think I'm not physically ill for hours before.
Yeah. How do you not
throw up?
Yeah, here's a dating question.
Okay.
How, if you're physically ill like before, how do you stop being physically ill during?
So basically,
because I can't personally,
and I know that about you totally. But like I sometimes get to the point of like I feel actually sick. Like I convince myself that I'm really sick. Yeah. But I'm just anxious about it. And then I just know this about myself, like after the first couple of minutes of meeting someone, or not even minutes, like seconds. It's like once you get past the interaction of meeting someone, then like you could talk to anyone, you know that. So it's like
I can't personally.
Personally, you can.
Personally, I can't.
Bro, you make everyone laugh. Like you meet people all the time. No, you meet people all the time.
I'm completely nonverbal if I meet someone for the first time.
Okay, well, I think you could do it. Is all I'm saying. But yeah, once I get past like I was hanging out with this guy that I met, and
how'd you meet? Via app?
Just via Bumble.
Okay.
.com. And we can talk about Hinge in a second because I have like a lot of things to say, and there might be tears streaming down my face when I say it.
That's completely fine.
Yeah, he like I was so nervous, and then once he picked me up, and he was like standing there, and we hugged, and then I got in the car. It was fine.
Or moped?
Via car, then moped the next day.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
if you guys see me kind of on the back of a moped, just mind your business a little bit. Like that's actually just for me.
Yeah, so it's personal.
It's public, but it's personal
it's completely
to me.
Private.
Yeah, it's private. Yeah, but like once I was in the car and got to talking, it's like I know that I can talk to them, and I know that even if you have to carry, then like it's over and it's over, you know, and it's done.
Yeah. Like sometimes I know the experience of like feeling sick and then after the first few seconds feeling okay. Like I get that. Like if I go on a podcast, it's like, oh, I'm about to throw up onto the mic, but then it kind of sucks itself back down and then I'm okay. But there are times when it doesn't suck itself back down and it actually does further come out and via puke. So I don't want to do that. Like to me, like being on a date is the worst place to have it possibly come up. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I mean,
then
no one
when
wants to
I
project
tell myself that I'm going to have a panic attack, I will.
Yeah. That's like when I
like self-fulfilling
feel
prophecy.
like I'm going to pass out. Yeah. When I get it in my head, I'll pass out.
And then you need to lay down with your head between your legs. Yeah.
No, I don't know. I just feel like I have to kind of say, because it's like I have you, but we're kind of in a long distance relationship because you're far from me.
Right.
Which was kind of intentional because like you have all your amazing friends and I love them all to pieces to my core. But I feel like I need to kind of make my own friends, like start my own life here.
Which like, by the way, I hope you know that if I moved to a city and you had a group of friends, I would move right next to you and insert myself immediately. So I like you are like beyond.
Well, if you think I didn't like look at the place in your apartment complex, it's very curious,
and I wish you had lived there.
Yeah, well, it went really quickly. It's like highly sought after. No, I don't know. I want it to be like because I wanted to move to San Diego.
Right.
Like I wanted Santa Monica's like kind of closer to that vibe. I know you're pretty anti-West Side, so like
no, I'm
sorry
not.
if that triggers.
I want to relocate,
and I'm praying you do.
Yeah, but I am so the opposite of you, in that like I would need one of my friends from West Hollywood to go as well.
Well, do I not so much count, or
no.
Connor?
Connor, no. You,
yeah.
You, yes.
Yeah, he's not super reliable.
Yeah,
he told me he was like, I called him and I was still deciding between West Hollywood and like Santa Monica area. And he was like, if you are depressed like that, I cannot be responsible for that. And I was like, you're not responsible for my depression, like at all. And and that
he always knows just what to say.
No, it was really sweet and touching.
Yeah.
And then right after that, I texted my friends and I was like, I am so mad at Connor. I'm moving to West Hollywood. But then I still didn't, because I wasn't actually mad, but I was like, that is really touching.
It is like heartfelt and like whatnot.
And I love him.
Yeah.
I can't get enough.
Kat, of course.
But yeah, no, it's been good. I've been trying to meet like girls as well. Like,
and you have been on friend dates too.
Only one. I'm being like dramatic, but I have a couple planned.
Okay. That's in like beyond. The only friends I have are through people, like are really through Connor. I guess everybody I know here is the offspring of Connor somehow. Because God, I would not have put myself out on the line in the line of fire.
And I don't know. The thing that I struggle with is because I have great friends at home.
Right.
Like it's I can go on a coffee date and I can go, hang out with someone. But then it's like, how do you get to the stage where you can rot on a couch and like not speak? Because it's like we can rot, but it's a far commute to rot with you. I need to be able to like sit on the couch on Sunday and watch like Trixie Mattel and Old Frenemies and just like not speak and just laugh and
I don't know.
Because
time.
Time.
I guess that there's like a coffee date to like come over and meet my cat, to come over and watch a movie, to then come over and watch a few movies, to then come over and watch via rot protocol.
Yeah. Yeah, we have to work our way up to the rotting. Like just watch one thing so that we can kind of prep and train for watching.
I guess you need
8 hours
like a marathon.
Because I have to be able to watch 8 hours of TV. You know what I mean?
Kat, have I ever known what you mean more? No, not right now. Hey guys, we want to take a quick break to thank a sponsor of today's episode, Tinder. With Tinder, it starts with a swipe. So many possibilities really are just a match away. Uncuffing season is here, aka summer, aka the best time to be single, have fun, and make some unforgettable memories. And Tinder is here to help you find the perfect partner for those moments. Tinder is the world's most popular dating app. That means the most opportunity to find whatever it is you're looking for. Tinder celebrates the freedom to experiment, meet new people, try new things, and ultimately live on your own terms. With more safety features than any other dating app, Tinder makes meeting new people both fun and safe. Success on Tinder can mean whatever you want it to. Whether you're looking for love, a date, or just a casual chat, Tinder has you covered. Every week, 1.5 million Tinder users go on an IRL date. Plus, Tinder just released Relationship Goals, a new status for your profile that shows others what types of connections you're looking for. Relationship Goals is just one of the many features that Tinder has released to make sure you're comfy on the app. While other apps are hard, Tinder is easy and fun. On Tinder, it starts with a swipe. Download Tinder today and explore all of the possibilities for yourself.
And I have to tell you something terrible. I still don't have my TVs because they're still in the moving truck.
Oh, I do want to talk about like your moving trials and tribulations.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Walk me through the trials as well as the tribulations.
Yeah, the trials and tribs. I had to ship my car, which I kind of like. This situation did really happen, but on social media, I feel like it got really over. You know how they do it.
Oh, it didn't get like 14 million views.
Yes, but then like people just took it really far, which they always do, and I'm so happy because it really brought my engagement up.
Yeah.
But basically, I shipped my Toyota RAV4 2014 black, kind of dented.
And
on the side.
I had the same damn one that was completely scratched.
I literally
up the side, stretch marks like her mother. I love it.
I actually was thinking like that was so comforting going to Brooke's place in Philly and seeing her RAV that had the same racing stripes as mine.
Completely clobbered through every angle.
Yeah, and I loved that about it. It was brave of you to get a new one, actually, because I was like,
with my parking spot.
With your parking spot,
I know.
Which do you get the credit that you deserve for that or no?
No one knows the extent.
I literally.
Oh my God, we have never told the story of when.
Do you want to? That's your story.
Yeah, I mean, I've told it before of like that first time that like I got too high and like had that panic attack. Kat was here visiting.
I was
basically like talking myself up. I was like, Kat, like I am like very cool now that I smoke weed.
Yeah,
specifically like I do edibles because I'm like very like love it, like 420 like. Because she hadn't seen that side of me, so I was very excited to show her.
And I can't smoke weed because I get crippling anxiety.
Right.
You know.
So I was like, Kat, like, check this out. Like, we're going to go to my friend.
It was sick.
Yeah. We're going to go to my friend Patrick's house. So we're going to watch a movie. Like, I'm going to take a gummy and just like, I'm like, it's like, I'm so like fun and chill when I do that.
Yeah.
So I've told the story before, but usually I took these like little pink ones, 5 milligrams, and they were called like Bliss, like super like happy vibe. Like, we had run out, but we had a PR package of ones called Green Hornet.
I'm so familiar.
You know, the Green Hornet. And they were double the dose, which like doesn't sound like a lot. Like 10 milligrams. It's not a lot.
I thought it sounded like a lot.
Right.
But
me. Like I'm a little girl. As I've said before on this podcast,
girl.
like I am very like petite.
I can't even see you.
Know.
You're invisible.
I know.
It's scary.
Yeah. So I had taken the Green Hornet in its glory, double the Bliss, and I was like, this is like fine.
But not to mention, like, Patrick, I think, took half, and you were like, I got
this.
I
was like, Kat, watch me. Like literally a kid, like, going underwater, like, blowing bubbles, like, watch, look at me. And then...
Which you do that as well.
Which I do as well. And then we were watching this movie, and in the film, there was a, like, gory scene. And then all of a sudden, I went from, like, chilling to, I'm actually feeling my body open up as well in the same way that it's being depicted in the film.
That was a horrible movie for that to happen.
So I had excused myself to the restroom because I was like, oh, I'm just like very quickly gonna throw up right now, and then I'll come back to the couch and everything will be fine.
Not a peep from you. You slipped out of that room. I didn't even hear you leave.
And then by the time I got to the bathroom, I had passed out. Thrown up as well as
terrible that I didn't notice.
And I didn't know because I was like so high, like I had no color in my face, and I was like throwing up in this trash can, like filling it to the brim, like not to be gross at all, that's fine, and like completely like everything was coming out from, and I also like couldn't keep my head up because I had like passed out. And I'm thinking like in there, I was like, I'm gonna die here, and I don't know how to tell them. Like that was my concern. Like I couldn't like text because I was like deceased.
Yeah.
So I couldn't even text you like take me to the hospital, and I just like didn't know how to communicate that with you. And then after probably like, and what's crazy is like you guys were just like watching the movie, like not knowing that I was like fucking on the front lines. I was on the front lines, like having like the biggest medical emergency of my life, dying. And then I think I came out after like 30 minutes, like no one cared.
I didn't realize it had been 30 minutes to be honest, and I feel so bad. I literally feel sick about it. But
out. And I think at first I was like, I'm fine.
No, you came out. I mean, you had no pigment left. It was gone. No pigment. You looked the color of your green goblin.
No pigment. And also, I had taken Patrick's trash can from his bathroom, and I was like, I'm going to throw this out.
I didn't so much believe you that you had filled it to the brim, because I was like, no one fills to the brim because you also have toilet access. Right. But I
didn't have toilet access because I was going to the toilet.
I know, but I didn't realize that. So then when I realized it was both ends situation, but you were also able to like, you had, and not to be graphic in the slightest, I feel awful, but like coming out of that end, but you still had enough to fill the whole, like an overflow situation.
Hospitalization. Like,
I should have taken your rap and taken you right to the hospital. I'm so sorry.
Well, I
saved you the bills though.
You did. And so I had like gone outside to throw his trash can in the dumpster, got on Amazon, ordered him a new trash can. And then I was like, okay, I think I'm okay.
Yeah.
Like laid down next to you, shaking like under the blanket. And I was like, hey, Kat, would you mind driving me home?
Yeah, we're like, the movie's about to end. I had to text Patrick, like, what happens in the movie, by the way? Yeah. Because I had to take Brooke home. And that parking spot, back to the parking spot, is just impossible.
Anyway, she couldn't do the parking spot. And I'm like, I have my head out the window. Like, I cannot open my eyes because the like road was like I was like, there's no way that is like.
Yeah, I was driving 5 miles an hour, like
I was feeling
felt so
sickly,
bad.
like roller coaster.
I was like, is this good? You were like, no, this is like not good. This is bad.
And then Kat was like, you're gonna have to park because the spot. Anyway, this is all to just tell you the parking spot's hard. The parking spot is difficult.
It's so tough.
Yeah. So I had actually in that state had to do that parking spot,
and you could do it with your eyes
and I
closed.
did it, and I did it
Green Goblins,
Green Goblin style.
Yeah.
And I do it every day. And I felt confident enough to get a new car.
Yeah, but you have it down.
I did clobber my other RAV, my 2018 RAV,
and that spot.
And then I had learned in that spot, and then I had learned how to not clobber it. Was able to do it while green horneting, and then felt confident enough to get a new car.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm. But it is like 45-point turn in between not only 2 cars but a pole as well, in addition to a dumpster being right behind it, as well as a moped.
It's like triggering. It's like actually the hardest. I couldn't imagine it being tougher. Like you couldn't throw anything else in the mix. It already has everything.
No, it really.
And it's really tight too. So when you like how you feel in a parking garage. When I'm in a parking garage, I'm immediate panic. It's like it's that.
And have you ever seen the skulls that are in the garage?
Not so familiar.
Okay, I'll send you the skulls. There's like literal like human. They're obviously not like real
situation. Like people
human skulls, but there's like just like skulls. I truly probably think so.
Yeah. I think that I could never. I'm really happy for you for upgrading your RAV, although I did feel kind of like a betrayal.
I felt
bad.
Trust me, I felt horrible.
Yeah, I bet. But I feel like mine is kind of meant to get clobbered forever. I think cars, you're kind of supposed to bang them around a bit.
I didn't even let you finish your story, by the way, of what happened to your 2018 RAV.
2014. Watch your mouth.
I feel horrible.
Someone
projecting my
literally told
experience
me.
on yours.
Okay, I'll tell this really quickly because it's actually not that interesting. But basically, I go to ship my car, and you give away your car, your most value,
without thinking twice.
No, my God, I met this guy in a parking lot, and I did say in the video, he didn't speak a word to me, and he shouldn't have to, and he doesn't.
Every right.
Yeah, to literally he was like, here we are, comes up in this giant thing. I give him my keys. And he's gone. And I'm like, oh my God. Okay, perfect. It took about 3 seconds to watch her go. And I love to watch her go.
Hate to see her go. Love to watch her leave.
I love it. But then I'm like, I don't even think anything of it because it is one of those things. I had like too much other stuff to stress about to worry about like where in the world is my RAV. So basically the guy texted me and was like, we'll pick up your car tomorrow. And I was like, oh my God, my car is in transit. So I said, you already picked up my car. And he responded with a question mark, which is the best text you can get from someone who kind of has one of your greater assets. And I was like, you already picked up my car, And he said, like, I can't remember what he said, but it was like, we'll pick it up tomorrow. Period. Point blank. And I just made a video, but I thought it was funny because to respond to with a question mark, like when you're handling someone's vehicle is iconic to say the least. And I just knew kind of in the back of my mind that the whole car shipping experience is kind of sketchy. So I was just like, whatever happens, happens. And it's literally God's plan.
You are so good at leaving God's plan up to God herself.
What am I going to do, bro?
Right.
Like genuinely, what am I going to do?
That's such a good attitude.
Like, go
Genuinely.
get it. Go get
right.
it.
There's literally nothing you could do.
Yeah.
I don't know either.
So then I asked, he was like, sorry, I texted the wrong person. And I was like, perfect. You're fine.
Wow.
Yeah. So that was like after the case. And I made a follow-up video because everyone was freaking out. But I was also moving in between.
Right.
And I also wanted more views. So I waited.
Yeah. Smart.
Yeah. So then I followed up and he said it was in Jackson, Mississippi. And I was like, oh my God.
Your old stomping ground.
Perfect. Yeah. And then I was like, if it's in Mississippi, like, what am I going to do?
Is that now? Tell me how that's on the way.
Oh, it's not
from
Maryland to California.
LA.
No, just it's like a quick kind of pit stop situation.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah. So, and then I was like, if he says it's in Jackson, Mississippi, then who am I to like not believe him?
Right.
Other than kind of him sending the question mark and everything, but because they did tell me I'd have tracking on my vehicle. That was like one of their selling points, and I was like, I love that. Like, and then. After the fact, after they were able to pick up my car, I was like, can I have the tracking, by the way? And they're like, oh, we do not do that so much. And I was like, okay.
I love it. Yeah.
So then people were literally commenting and they're like, who gives a fuck? It's like a 2014 RAV4.
You don't know.
And I was like, it's It's my. Can I just my video was like, can I just give a fuck about my car?
You have every right.
I have every right.
And this is not sponsored by Toyota.
I wish it was for you.
Oh, Kat, I wish it was for the both of us.
Yeah.
Because we would lay our lives on the line for that car.
I really would. Like, I couldn't vouch for anything more.
Me too.
And the fact that you bought another one, that speaks volumes.
It really does. I did not have an easy time getting rid of my first one due to not having the title and not having a valid registration, as well as not having insurance. So they didn't make it easy for me. And
that's not your fault. That's not your fault.
No.
I was going to ask you, actually, I was thinking about this yesterday.
I don't have a
California ID. How did you sell a
ID.
car?
I don't have a California ID.
No. I was going to ask how you sold a car. That seems so hard.
Oh, my pop-up did it for me.
Oh my God. Can you do mine?
Yeah, he would. He loves, grandpas love doing that kind of stuff.
Okay.
He loves calling Verizon and also car dealerships. He loves getting the best deal.
I don't think my pop-up would love that.
Okay, well, I'll get my pop-up on the line.
Okay.
He has connects at the Toyota here in LA.
Oh my God.
After what I have been through.
Yeah.
Yeah. And trust me, I have been through a lot there. I had blood, sweat, and tears in that Toyota dealership.
Yeah. Connor told me he's going to sell his car, and I asked if I could buy it, and he said he would not give me a deal at all.
Again, sweet. Should we call him?
I understood that. Yeah, let's call him. I miss him so much.
I know.
It's creepy.
This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. Every morning when I wake up, without fail, I feel a little bit of uncertainty just in terms of where I'm going in life and what the right path is for me. Because there are so many paths. How are you to be sure that you're on the right one? And you know what? Sometimes in life, we're faced with tough choices and the path forward isn't always clear. Whether you're dealing with decisions around career, relationships, or anything else, therapy helps you stay connected to what you really want while you navigate life. So you can move forward with confidence and excitement. Trusting yourself to make decisions that align with your values is like anything. The more you practice it, the easier it gets. Therapy has been an incredibly positive experience for me. It offers a safe space that's helped me gain self-awareness and understand the root causes of my challenges. Through therapy, I've learned positive coping mechanisms that have been both transformative and empowering. If you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists at any time for no additional charge. Let therapy be your map with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/BANDC today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/BNC. Let's do it, man.
What?
I bet you he doesn't have service at this time, but it's worth trying.
It's always worth a try. Seriously.
It says calling, but it's not ringing. You know what I mean?
You kind of have the California R's now.
No, that was more.
Oh, you've kind of always had it a little.
No, I know what you mean, but.
The crispy R's.
Please leave your message for 93.
Like docs. Yeah.
Okay. So, we
would love to speak to you.
We called you, period. Call us back.
Period.
If you get the chance. Get the chance. Period.
Mm-hmm.
No worries.
Not one.
If not. Period.
Don't put pressure on him, seriously.
Have fun. Exclamation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Sent.
Oh, I also was going to say that I got my moving trials. I got my apartment sight unseen, which you and Connor specifically were like, do not do.
Right.
Just simply do not. Because I was supposed to come here, stay with you, and look for places until I found one, which would have been much smarter. But I, for some reason, had to have a home base as soon as I arrived. And I keep having these experiences where I feel genuinely invisible.
Mm-hmm.
I show up to my apartment. I've got up at 4 a.m. to fly to California and show up to my apartment at 9 a.m. And the guy just shows up. The girl couldn't meet me, so she's like, my father-in-law is going to meet you. And I'm like, I love it. Yeah. And he meets me.
Father-in-law is so specific.
Doesn't say a goddamn word. And I'm like, this is I'm moving. This rent is expensive. This is the craziest thing I've ever done personally, living alone. He walks, does not say, he said, he did say, can I help? Because I was able to pack 7 suitcases on the flight and my cat. So it was a bit of a situation with me and my mom. And he said, can I help? And I said, oh, we're good. Normally, like, you would kind of grab a bag, not so much. And that's his God-given right, because I said, you're good. So he did not help.
Right.
And then he walked around, showed me my apartment, and he handed me the key and walked away. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is perfect.
I like kind of love those kind of interactions because then it's like I don't have to talk either.
I'm obsessed with it, other than the fact that, like,
you needed some information.
Just maybe show me where the trash and the nail is. That's literally it.
Yeah.
Then I'm out of your hair. I'm so out of your hair. Yeah, I walk in. It's like actually disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
Like, floors are in a film of dirt. My cat is walking around and like everything, his paws are black. And I'm like,
that was nice of them to spruce it up.
oh
for
my
you.
God, yeah. It was so beautiful. There was like blood on I haven't even said that to anyone, but like there was blood on the closet, on the kind of on the floor. I was able to scrub it. And it's fine. It comes up.
Yeah.
You know, blood comes up.
Oh, yeah.
The dirt comes up. Me and my mom I love her. She's a saint. Spent
She related.
hours scrubbing my place. I didn't say a peep to them because, like, what am I going to say?
That's like, I feel like that should be part of the lease. Like, you move into a place that doesn't have blood in it.
Yeah. I mean, it would be a really nice amenity.
Like, you
to not
should
have
get
blood.
like some sort of deposit.
Yeah. And it's like, I don't have a gym or a pool. It's just like no blood.
Right.
Just that bare min kind of situation. No, but it's good. It's really cute. I looked for the oldest place possible. It looks really
cute now that you've... Oh my God, I got you a housewarming present.
Oh my God, thank you.
It's under your chair.
Right now?
Yeah.
Like, should I get it now?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you want. There's two... Aw, there's two parts. There's another...
Oh my God.
Pat, there's another one of those under your chair.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Let me reach.
But...
It's pretty far back.
I know, sorry. Let me feel...
Okay.
Because
is there kind of an
open
order?
that one first,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh my God, I'm so excited.
It's not that good. Don't get too excited.
But it's from Anthropology.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's sweet.
It's
nothing
sweet.
special.
Oh my God, I love it.
Okay, and you know the second part?
Okay.
Do you know it? Are you familiar with this
Is this
item?
the Capri?
What?
Wait, what item? This item?
Yeah,
Or
well,
this
open
item?
that part, and then I'll tell you about the item.
All right.
It's
I love
like a
anything
2-in-1.
Anthropology. I was able to, because I have like, my management has connections to them and they just like furnished another one of their talents' entire apartments. I reached out and I was like, I'm moving, babes. And they did not so much answer.
I think I did that as well.
Yeah.
And they didn't. But that's fine.
Oh.
It's like
kind of a
viral
two-part
on TikTok
special.
right now, which is why I had recognized it immediately in the Anthropology location.
Oh,
and it's like
my.
a candle, but also a lamp at the same time when you put that on.
I love this, Brooke. Thank you so much.
Oh my God, Kat.
Seriously.
Of course, and you can put it on that new table that you have that's gorgeous, or
Yeah.
anywhere else that you would want to put it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I love it.
Okay. Love
It's
you.
so cute. Thank you so much.
Of course, honey.
I got that table from a thrift store, and then I also got a desk from that same place, and I've been like hyping them up because I'm like, it is a really cool.
Mm-hmm. You're really good at sourcing.
Yeah, that's actually what I'm doing with all my time is just thrifting, which has been really fun.
I can't thrift to save my life.
Throw that on the
Like you would
ground.
think this, like maybe, like she's cool, let's thrift it. Amazon.
Yeah.
Like can't.
It is so cute.
And
though.
like if I ever go to a thrift store, it's like I'm only like gravitating towards the stuff that's like not thrifted. It like it's in the front, like by the register. That's like
That's kind of what I was
new.
going to say. I ended up thrifting this desk, and I was like, oh my God, it's like this vintage gold desk. I saw it on Wayfair the other day.
yeah.
So I did.
Just like I want to go with you.
Yeah, no, we should go.
Yeah.
For sure. It's fun. Furniture thrift shopping is more fun than clothes for me. And like knickknacks and stuff.
That makes sense.
Like it is a really refreshing feeling to get rid of everything that I have.
Mm-hmm. I need to do
start
that.
over.
My apartment is so cluttered, as you know, like it gives me a migraine.
Yeah, but it's kind of like a good like maximalist cluttered.
It's so maximalist, but like if I add one more thing, then it's like over
might
the edge.
overflow, yeah.
Yeah. And like
Yeah.
sometimes I can't sleep because I'm like, there's too much stuff in my apartment, even though it's pitch black right now. I know it.
Yeah,
you
and,
know?
and me saying I got rid of everything, by the way, I have a moving truck on the way. I packed my car full and packed 7 suitcases.
And the fact that I have,
And that's minimalism, baby.
and you have a truck on the way.
Yeah.
But also the fact that I have now a free range rodent walking around my apartment, who Frankie does not have a cage anymore, by the way, but she does have about 14 like mats all around my apartment where she poops and pees.
She's kind of taken over the place.
It's her apartment. I'm just paying rent.
Yeah.
And like the sweetest part about it is like I don't even get like the opportunity to pet her in return.
God, no. I kind of thought you were being dramatic about that because I was like, at least you can get a pet in, then she runs away. I can't even get like a finger on.
Yeah, no. Sometimes she'll let me like one.
Well, you're her
one
mother.
finger.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she'll like follow me around, which is sweet. But
That is so sweet.
I do kind of want a pet that like I can like touch and cuddle.
Yeah, I would say you could get a
But I can't
cat,
get
but
one now.
Now they would
that'll
eat
get
it.
Frankie. Because it'll eat it.
Have you ever talked about Frankie's like poop situation or no?
I like don't even know what to say.
We don't need to get into poop. But
no, we can. It's just like she poops 200 times a day. And I'm not exaggerating.
Oh, Con said he's calling in 5.
Oh.
I just could not believe the amount of shit that came out of her.
And it's like
a dainty little woman too.
She's
like
so petite, like her mom.
Yeah, oh my God. You guys look so much alike.
It's like, I know. I don't know. Like I don't want to come across like I like am not keeping like a tidy home.
No, I thought you had
and like
cleaned her shit for months. That's how much it was, you guys. It was like piles and piles.
I don't like, and it's like if I were to like live in an apartment that didn't have Frankie's poop all over it, I would have to be following her around with a vacuum 24/7. So I just like, what is there to do? Like I don't know what to do with her.
Yeah, it's not your fault.
So she just poops in this one spot behind the trash can, and it just is what it is.
Yeah, I love her.
Yeah,
so
no,
it's
Kat,
fine.
obsessed with her.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like of course I have that.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't,
I didn't
like,
see
think
it
anything
coming,
through.
but
Yeah.
yeah, I always ask Brooke, like, how long is she going to live? And she's like, oh my God, like 8 years.
8 to 10.
8
Yeah, so.
And she'll live 10.
Yeah, so not.
And we hope, you know.
Fingers crossed for her.
Fingers crossed.
100%. I love it. I do. No, it is sad because like I obviously love her like so deeply, but I really do want like a cat or a dog. And now I just like am locked in.
A dog might be fine, like a small dog.
It's going to eat her.
Yeah, probably.
So it's like I love her so much and like it would be devastating to give her away, but like I don't know what our future holds.
Your future holds 10 years with her and then you'll get a dog after.
But that's sad.
Yeah.
So
I mean, maybe
I'm
there's
all,
a life
I like do
in
like
where...
I beat myself up about it because it's just not what people see online. That's why social media is fake.
Yeah.
I'm always posting like, oh, I love Frankie, which I do, but there's like some
It's
inner
hard.
turmoil
It's
as
hard to be a
well.
mom.
It's so hard to
I
be a
think
mom,
maybe
especially to
eventually-
someone that won't look at you in the eye. Yeah.
Yeah. I think maybe eventually if you get a bigger place and she
Right.
had her own or a room that you could at least like let
Exactly,
her free
Kat.
roam, then you could get a dog that just doesn't go in that room.
Yeah. I do love like my favorite part about Frankie is like if I'm getting like dressed in the morning and then I'll just hear like a small little pitter patter and look over and there's just like a free range rodent like just like staring at me. That I like.
I was
That's
in
sweet.
such shock by that. Like it's like her running around. I've never seen anything like it.
No, it's like a
And she's
Pokemon.
big.
Oh,
She's
she's
big.
massive. She's like the size of a full pig.
Yeah, she's like
Yeah.
this big.
Yeah. It's definitely something, all right.
It is something
Yeah.
special.
Yeah.
Do we want to talk about anything else that's not about me?
Well, Connor's trying to call again.
Oh my God.
Oh, I have 9 missed calls.
Oh my God, me too.
What?
It worked.
I'm sorry. Did
Hi.
you call?
We were so busy.
Sorry.
Yeah, I called 9 times.
9? I had
You're
no
kidding.
idea. Well, Connor, how the hell are you? You've got me and Kat on the line.
Hey, Con.
Oh, hello.
Can you hear
How's
Kat,
it-
by the way? Kat.
I can. Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
I can also. I just want to share. I'm in the car with my entire family. Everyone's looking at me.
Oh,
Hey, everyone.
Everyone decides it's my mom. Hi.
Hi.
I got an awesome, really excited look from my sister.
Yes.
Well,
Hello.
we're wishing they were all here with us,
Mhm.
of course.
I know. Well, yeah, of course.
Do you want to give us some highlights from your trip?
Yeah, I would love to. This is the wrong turn, by the way. We missed it. Yeah, we're right now. We're going hiking. We're going in and out of service.
Oh, Connor, that's amazing.
You know, I like my hikes.
Uh-huh.
We do. We know it.
We have been spending so much time together, and so we got over that first hump that I always tell you about. That we have the ups and the downs, right? My mom just said, "Oh my God," and covered her ears. And we start out every trip with a huge fight.
Yeah.
And so I went ahead and spearheaded that operation this time.
That's sweet of you.
Do you want to talk about it or is it too fresh?
Well, it's just the closeness physically of all of us right now.
Right.
Kind of in the
Right,
car. yeah.
right.
It's something that's hard to explain.
Mm-hmm.
We are luckily in Mackenzie's boyfriend, Mitch's forerunner.
Hey,
Aw,
Mitch.
send our love to Mitch, by the way.
Do what?
Would you mind sending our love to Mitch?
Oh, hey Mitchell, you've got some love coming your way via phone right now. He said yes.
Very cool. Very cool.
He accepts. My dad is actually on track to set the most consistent record for smallest sedans able to be rented in America.
Mm-hmm.
Which is cool because we have 5 people in our party. So that's been really fun.
Yeah.
Can you guys hold? Can you pause the fight?
Sure.
Until I'm
Oh, I thought you were talking about us.
Yeah, we'll wait. No worries.
Oh, what's everyone fighting about?
Let me clock into the conversation really quickly. Let me see. Okay.
Maybe the direction.
The voices are
Stuff like
being
that.
raised.
Right, I'm hearing a slight raised voices.
Would you guys it's actually 30 seconds till we're out of the car? Could we hold on just 1 second?
It's better in the car.
Yeah.
Tighter space.
How's the podcast going? Are you guys nailing it?
You could
nailed.
say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, yeah.
I feel like we were like a little rust at the beginning, but then we really got into it. Because I get shy at the beginning when I don't have you.
Yeah, I know. Well, it's Kat, so you're obviously
No,
in good hands.
I know.
Don't
Of
come
course.
for my job. It's scary to be the one that's out because once you do hit your stride with a guest
Right.
host, you're like, oh, is this podcast with this person? So I don't want you to do that.
Okay. I didn't know you felt that way before. So.
Well, I listen to all your episodes when I'm gone, and I'm like, oh, this is way I'm there. So I hope that it sucked a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But, I wanted to quickly talk because I'm going to forget by the time I'm back on the clock in office. By the next time I'm in office, it will have aged a long time. But surely you guys heard the Brianna Plan Brie Uncut podcast where they pranked me, right?
Oh, I've been seeing that, Connor.
Surely I have not.
Okay, so Kat, let me walk you through it. So the other day, I'm trying to think now.
Here, Kat, why don't you take that?
Tell me everything.
It was Wednesday morning. I woke up to
what was the weather like?
The weather?
Mm-hmm.
That the
it was
scene.
nice out. It was really nice out.
Okay, good.
It was it was one of the better mornings I've had in a long time, just weather-wise. I sat outside and had my coffee. But as I'm sitting outside having my coffee, and an apple, I was flooded with notifications from every app. And most of them were comments. And I'm like, oh, I'm going viral, I assume, for something bad. And then I start looking, and all the comments are the same. They say, I love your style of comedy reminds me of Instagram.
I did see this. I just didn't know what it was from.
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking, hopefully these are bots, or else this is going to really affect my mental, right?
Right.
And then I start doing a deep dive on some of the accounts, not bots at all, very active Instagram accounts across the board. And so I start DMing some of these people. What are you talking? Please tell me what you're talking about. No one will respond. They're reading my messages. One girl responded and said,
that.
I ain't no snitch. And so I go, okay, something's happening that's on a podcast. So I start listening to everybody's podcast that I know that's in my circle. Mm-hmm. And at the end of the day, I'd say probably 15 hours went by. I'm listening to these podcasts, by the way. I probably listened to 11 podcasts. I listened to them all in 2 hours. So I'm kind of listening to 15-minute episodes and just names for my name. And finally, at the end of Plan Brie, I don't know what episode last week, Grace, O'Malley, and Brianna were talking. They're like, let's pull a prank on somebody like they did this spin swap back in the day. And so they said, everyone go comment on Fibula's Instagram and say that his style of comedy reminds you of Instagram.
And how did that make you feel?
It worried me a lot.
You're right.
I don't like any feedback that isn't just you're awesome. Everything you do is great.
Yeah, you're perfect.
Yeah, so that got to me all day. I'm going through a little bit of an episode.
But can I ask you something? You had to have known it was from, obviously everyone commenting the exact same thing. It's from something. It's not genuine feedback, right?
I want you to spend one day in my head.
I'll spend one day in your shoes.
One day in my heels. Brooke and I always saying if you could switch. Once you get a couple of those comments, oh, this is funny. Brooke had to show me how to block phrases on Instagram because now I have every single word in that sentence blocked. So people are unable to comment that on my page now.
You should have kept it for the engagement.
I can't.
You can't take the criticism. That's not real criticism.
It feels like I have if I read that sentence one more, it feels like a termite is burrowing in my frontal lobe.
Well, we're all praying for you, seriously.
Thank you. This is just one of my
All right. I'm sorry, honey. That sounds hard, but we know you're doing the best that you can with what you have.
Literally.
Thank you.
All right. Well, we'll let you let
My
us
life
go.
is miserable.
All right. We love you.
We love you to pieces.
Okay. Love you.
Thanks for filling in, Kat. Have fun, girls.
Oh, of course. Wish you were here always.
Okay. We'll see you next week. Miss you.
Bye.
Mwah, mwah.
Mwah.
I love how he's like always prepared with like a 10-minute like not
Well, that's
taking
good,
a
though.
breath like
Yeah.
stand-up set. Love him.
I can't believe he consumed all that content rather than like, what would you do? I would probably like look up in their followers, you know? I don't know. I guess
like you mean that he listened to those podcasts to
it's
figure
just like,
it out?
that's a lot of time.
I would just post on my story what's happening and wait till someone told
pray
me.
for the, yeah, that's what I would probably do too.
Well, anyway, I have a game I want to play that I saw on TikTok last night that I sent to you.
Oh yeah, I'm excited about this.
Where
is
these
funny.
girls on TikTok were saying every guy can be categorized by either cross necklace or puka shell necklace, or cross necklace wanting to be puka shell necklace, or puka shell necklace wanting to be.
Oh, I
cross
don't even
necklace.
think I saw that aspect of
Oh
it.
yeah,
I really skimmed.
So there's 4 categories of man.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
So puka shell, cross necklace, and then puka shell wants to be cross necklace, and cross necklace who wants to be puka shell.
100%.
100%.
And I feel like once I read that, I was like, oh my God, 159%. That's correct.
Yeah. Did you think of some guy?
Yeah. I have some guys that I'm going to give you and you can tell me what you think they are. And I'll let you know if I agree or not.
Okay. I love
How does that sound?
That sounds
And then you could
perfect.
give me some too.
Okay. If I think of something for sure.
Okay. Here's a good one. I'm going to do like.
make sure I know who they are. 'Cause sometimes
No, I'm
you
going to
pull
do
out
like
of the woodworks.
characters.
Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Petite from the Hunger Games.
I think he's puka shell wants to be cross necklace.
Really? I was going to say just puka shell. What part of him do you think is wanting to be cross vibes?
I don't know. Like I think he had that whole stage where he wanted to be like really cool.
Yeah.
And he like had the spotlight and he loved it.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
But I don't know. But is a cross necklace really like cool? Is that what we're.
It just is. Like you just know what it is when you see it.
Yeah. Oh my
You
God.
know?
I could so see him in either.
Yeah,
It's
I guess right
scary.
there he's totally wanting to be cross
He
necklace.
wants cross necklace so
but he
bad.
is puka shell at heart. And then I feel like towards the end of the trilogy embraces his puka shell energy.
Yeah. Okay. Well, just
After
on
being
that,
completely
on
brainwashed.
that same, train.
Yeah.
I saw you yesterday repost something on TikTok about Finnick,
Oh.
which I was dying at. We should plug that somewhere because I love those TikToks.
That video, it's like those two, it's like this meme, which I just learned memes can be videos, by the way, which is very cool.
That's awesome. Yeah.
It's this TikTok
think
of
I
like,
did,
do you have it?
Maybe
It was really cracking
It's like
me
two
up.
friends like cackling to where you can't catch your breath, and it's like me and my friends when we try to what is it?
When we get picked to be in the Hunger Games and like when we
'Cause we're
volunteer as tribute to be in the Hunger Games so we can have a conversation
Yeah.
with Finnick.
which I
It's like,
love.
I love that
some
too.
Finnick.
I love memes. I really do.
Love memes. Love Finnick.
Mhm.
What would Finnick be to you?
Oh, he's total cross.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
You're purebred.
Yeah, he's purebred cross necklace.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Okay, here's kind of a hard one.
Okay.
Harry Potter.
I knew you were gonna do Harry.
You did?
Yeah. This is so hard. I've never been faced with something so hard. I feel like he is maybe a cross necklace.
Agree 100%.
Which is really scary to say.
But don't you think Ron is puka shell completely? I feel like the
Puka shell core.
like male friendships, there's always like a cross and a puka.
There's always a cross and a puka. Out of what do you think we are?
I don't think it applies to girls.
Okay, yeah. Nothing
you?
applies to women.
No,
No.
not at all.
They could never put us in a
I
box
guess
if
like
they tried.
the equivalent would be like Birkenstocks or like Air Force Ones or like
Ooh.
not those at all actually, like
I'm trying to think of an
what are the, like,
adjacent.
Adidas or something.
Oh, okay. Like gazelles or whatever they are.
gazelles, but it's like it's not equivalent.
It's not. You can't.
Connor
Oh my gosh.
W.
I think he has some aspects of Puka, but he would never admit that. So I think it's like...
Oh, I think he wants to be Puka.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I think he's a kind of a verse in that way.
He could be verse. He could be completely verse.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I think he's actually like totally verse now that you mentioned it.
Yeah.
Like he's sometimes Cross wanting to be Puka and sometimes Puka wanting to be Cross.
And he never knows exactly what he wants.
He's finding himself and he'll be the first to admit that.
And he'll be the first to admit that. And I think, some days he wakes up and he's like, let me throw on my Puka. Some days he wakes up and throws on his Cross.
And sometimes he'll double chain it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Very cool.
Does he wear a necklace?
He's experimented with his body a few times.
Right.
With jewelry and whatnot. He'll do rings sometimes.
So he doesn't have
remember
like
that one time he was
chain?
doing that like Cartier screw bracelet? That was a unique time.
No, I don't remember that. And I'm jealous that you have that memory.
I think I have a screenshot of it somewhere.
You know how like guys say that your chain, or at least my friends say that if you have like an everyday chain as a man, or just a necklace in general, it has to come to you. Like you can't go buy it.
Oh, Kat, I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because as a man, it's like you can't really seek out a chain and order it and
like
wear it.
Something kind of.
Yeah, you have to inherit it.
Yeah.
Or even just like find it.
Yeah. That's true.
Mm-hmm.
I believe you.
Yeah, wholeheartedly.
Okay, how about your new moped gentleman?
Oh my God. I specifically told him I wouldn't talk about him. Oh. But I love him and it's all positive.
Yeah. He's
Puka. And we love him for it.
Yeah, we do.
He's pure
And
Puka.
if you see him on a moped with a Puka shell necklace, mind your own.
And if I'm also wearing one behind him... He showed up on the moped and he was like, here's your helmet. And I was like, hey, trigger warning, massive head. Like if it doesn't fit, like that's just a part of it, whatever. It fit like a glove. Thank God. And then I had to wear his sunglasses as well because he said like bugs will fly in my eyes. I looked like a damn fool on the back of that moped. And I'm grasping onto this man that I met the day before. And like it was my job.
I would love to have like be someone that like knows you from the internet and like just like drive up next to that and see that fight.
That's my cousin said the same thing. Like imagine seeing like your favorite TikToker like on the back of it, like in that state.
Mm-hmm. I would love it.
And that was on the way to a hike, by the way, and I forgot to tell you. I'm like, I haven't worked out in a couple months just due to personal reasons of not wanting to. And we started the hike and it was the kind of thing like I had to get my body used to it. I was so out of breath. Never go on a hiking date.
I would never do that in a million years. I don't even go hiking with friends.
Yeah.
Or I'll tell them just go in front of me, please.
I was dry heaving. I could get a word in every like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Like I was talking about, he was asking like what friends I had here. And I was like, my friend, Brooke, but she lives really far away. Like, I'm like, I could not get the words in.
No.
It was I had to like actually just tell him straight up like, hey, I'm kind of going through something.
Right.
And then we got to about what I felt like it should have been well over. Like it had been hours. Mm-hmm. And we get to this like beautiful spot and he's like, I think we're almost like halfway. And I was like, I have to call 911. Mm-hmm. Like I have to, because I'm not going to make it the rest of the way.
Did you turn around?
No, because then I didn't realize it was like a circle. So I was thinking we'd have to like redo it. But it
was kind of
it was fine. I was fine, but it won't happen again. Let's just say that.
I think one time, I think it was maybe Tinks when like I first met her. She was like, do you want to go do Runyon? And I was just like, no.
Right.
Do you want to get coffee though? Like I cannot speak to someone.
I just thought it was a fun idea because I was like, I would love to do a hike.
Yeah.
Like I'm new here. Like I want to see everywhere. Like I can look out the moped and just kind of look around. But yeah, it won't be happening so much again ever.
No. Okay. Well, we didn't talk about anything on our.
Did you want to?
We can do it in. We'll do the bonus. Don't worry.
Oh my gosh! Awesome.
Yeah. So we can talk about more so like pop culture things.
Sorry we didn't get to
one thing. But for example, we have what do we have? Scooter Braun, that whole thing that we didn't talk Scoot.
Yeah.
That we didn't talk about. And just like happy Halloween, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll get into the spirit.
Yeah. And by the way, you guys, I think I met Scooter when I was like 12. So if you see a photo of me with him, don't cancel me.
Oh, right.
We don't have close association
You're
at all.
past the statute of limitations.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay, wait. Can you plug everything that you do?
I would love to.
Okay, go ahead and do that for me now,
Kat. My TikTok is wash your pillowcases. Can't give an explanation for that one at this time. That's fine. Nothing special. And then my Instagram is just Kat Wellington. My podcast is with my childhood best friend called Impossible to Say, where we just gossip and tell stories and just, it's great. She's even funnier than I am. So we have a lot of fun there. If you want to.
So good. And you're so good at like advice and
we have an advice
reading
segment as
through
well.
like impossible situations and giving your take, which we'll do in the bonus because Kat is an expert. So you will want to tune in.
Absolutely. Thank you, Brooke. I love you.
Yeah. Love you. Is that
so much?
Podcast, TikTok?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Perfect.
I love it, Kat.
I love it.
Okay, well, we'll
Thanks
see you in the bonus. Kat, thank you so much for coming.
Bye, guys.
I adore you, and I can't wait for you to come back.
Would love to.
50 more times.
Anytime you want, I'm here.
And thanks, guys. We'll see you in the bonus.
Bye.
This week on Close Friends.
The only time I've been to the Caribbean is when I went on that accidental honeymoon with my dad.
You're always with Shawn Mendes.
I know.
You cannot stay away from him.
You can't stay away from me.
I fear that I would be like, your dad is a piece of shit. But I was more of a Polly Pocket girl.
It is such a universal experience of chewing on those.
Like the taste of that.
Oh, no, it's like sugarfish level.
Sign up on tmgstudios.tv to watch the full bonus episode.